All right, you guys, this next guest, man, I had to bring him back not only because he's a good brother, but his story is so interesting. I'm talking about the one and only King Blame. What's good, Blame?
Feeling good, my brother. Feeling good. Thank you for having me.
Man, I'm glad to have you back. What did you think of the response to our first interview?
Oh, man, I had a lot of mixed feelings about it, man. Unfortunately, you know, when people sitting behind the keyboard, you give them, you know, the ability to say whatever they want, comment how they want.
They was talking
Make
crazy.
their own judgments about people without ever meeting them. You know what I mean?
So, yeah. They was talking crazy, right?
I mean, some of them were showing love. Some people were talking crazy, but I take the good with the bad. You know, a lot of them don't know me personally, so right. I never took it personal. There was some things that I'm not gonna lie that tugged at my beast. You know what I mean? I'm like, nigga, you don't even know me, man. Like, you know what I mean? And if you did know me, you will watch your words very carefully around me. You know what I'm saying? But
for
what
sure,
could you do?
Man.
The internet is the internet, right?
Yeah, the only regret I had was the audio quality wasn't the best, but I think we did such a great job of like covering your story in depth too, you know. And I think that was amazing, man, because you really do got a good story.
Yeah, I appreciate you. I think overall it came out dope, you know, minus the hiccup with the audio.
Right.
I think it was a dope session. You know what I mean?
For sure, man. So after our last interview, you guys had your sneaker gala, right? For 914 United. And you guys had Pistol Pete pull up too, which is dope because of his involvement with Rikers Island and everything in prison reform. Do you guys have a close relationship, you and him?
We don't have a close relationship with Pistol. My man, a childhood friend of mine named DJ Opie, actually made that happen. He's the one who's closely connected with Pistol, and he got a relationship with Pistol. So he's the one who made that happen, which was super dope of him.
I thought it was dope because when I watched your interview on Dog in the Yard, he was talking about getting involved with you guys. You know what I'm saying? And so it was cool that he followed through with that.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't really gotten involved with us besides coming to the gala, showing support, which we super appreciate. You know, a lot of people see the work that we do and they're enticed by it. You know what I'm saying? So we're doing, you know, in essence, God's work, right?
Right.
Trying to steer the youth in the proper direction, trying to steer them in the right direction. And a lot of people are enticed by that. But when they see what it takes, you know what I'm saying? What it entails to, you know, to connect with the youth, to be relevant in their eyes. You know what I mean? It's a whole different ballgame.
So I wanted to ask you about, he recently had that moment when he was on the podcast and he got a lot of backlash about telling that story about being in prison and carrying the Puerto Rican flag into the yard. And he told his black homies to stay in their cell, and whoever was coming into the yard that was black was getting cut. Do you think that backlash was warranted, or do you think that he just kind of didn't represent the story the best way that he could have?
I mean, look, he told his story how he lived it, right? And the reality is that, you know, prison is a lot of racism happening in prison. You know what I mean? A lot of guys sticking with their own people. You know what I mean? And sometimes it comes a point where you got to flex, you know, and however that looks to you is how you project it. You know what I mean? It's just how it is. That's just how prison is.
Do you think that like that was something though to be told like today, like, you know, because there's some things that you don't have to talk about. A lot of people felt like that was something that wasn't helpful in bridging that bond. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, his story is his story, right? Who is anyone to tell him he can't tell his story? You know what I mean? I didn't see the interview, but I've actually heard about that situation. I know people who was there when that happened. And what he was saying was the truth. You know what I mean?
So they confirmed that happened?
Yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Because I interviewed recently. I interviewed Kano. Shout out to Kano, and he said
So,
that he knew
well,
somebody that was there, and they said that it was a Latin King flag. It wasn't a Puerto Rican flag.
so another thing, like there's been like rumors and stuff like that. The pistol was down with us at one point,
Mhm.
and that was actually a situation he was referring to, and he probably later on changed it to a Boricua flag versus a yellow flag. You know what I mean? For whatever reason, I don't know if that's true or not. You know what I mean? It's always been like rumors in the air about him being Latin King or whatever. Like a lot of guys in the late 80s, early 90s, like Pistol, like Connell, they were on count with us. But things happen and they went other ways. And a lot of guys, a lot of good guys, gangsters, you know what I mean? People that was outside putting in that pain were down with us at one point. But get the gang life is a very ugly experience for some people, you know what I mean? And dudes get backstabbed, dudes get told on. You know what I mean? It's never the picture they paint for you is never what it is. Oftentimes, you know what I mean. But everybody's path is different. You know what I
Right.
mean? A lot of shit happened to me, but you know what I mean. I stand 10 toes down with my shit. You know what I mean? And everybody's path is different.
But you can confirm that there have been rumors that he was a king at one point, but it just hasn't been confirmed.
Yeah, and the times that I did speak to Pistol, that I did build with him, aside from it wasn't too many times, aside from us having that session at Dog in the Yard, he never mentioned anything about him being on count. Like, it was never a moment where he was like, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. I used to be a bro. I was a bro. But, shit happened and I left it alone. And that never happened. And I never met anybody who could confirm, like, yeah, I actually threw the crown with Pistol. Pistol was on count with us when we was over here. Or Pistol was, you know what I mean, like repping when we was over here. I never met nobody that could say, yeah, he was on count with the bros. I never have. And I've been around a lot of people who know me. I know all the superstars, all of us superstars from all the crews. So I don't, nobody could confirm that he was a bro. Not saying that he never was, but nobody could confirm that he ever was, you know what I mean?
Right. So you were saying that like he wanted at one point to get involved with 914, but he never did, other than the sneaker situation, the event.
Yeah, from what I understand, Pistol had his own thing going on with Rikers Island. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like he was gonna start something with Joe or with my man Giant from Bartenders, and I don't know what were the details of that. So I guess he couldn't prioritize connecting with us, which is cool. It's no love lost. You know what I mean? But he did support at the gala, which was dope. Like I said, my brother DJ Obi brought him around. And actually, it was because of my bro DJ OP is why we even did the interview with Dog in the Yard. Myself and Jonathan Alvarez, my son Boss. If it wasn't for OP, we would have never did Dog in the Yard.
Right.
My man DJ OP contacted us like, yo, Pistol wants y'all to come through. He got a new platform happening. He needs some real niggas, some real stories. Can y'all come through? We was like, all right, bet. Tell us when, and we pull up. But the relationship wasn't directly connected to Pistol. It was with my bro, DJ OP, which is from my neighborhood.
Mm. Did you ever get to do the graffiti piece at Dog in the Yard? Because I know that he said that he wanted you to do one.
Nah, I never got you.
Oh man, that would have been dope. Because I
And
know
I
that
never
you got
reached
that
out.
fire.
I never reached out either because, my life, I got a lot of shit happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we as adults, we adult every single day in the week. So
Right.
that shit don't even skip my mind. If it's something that he wanted to do, he know how to contact my bro Opie, and my bro Opie will contact me.
Right.